All of them. Were you in the
Okay.
Were you in the shed?
We are back. Jen is not quite back. She's feeding the real life frogs, so it's fine. Give it a sec.
They demand their crickets. Are we vocal?
Yes, you are, and thank you for asking me because I definitely need that reminder every now and then.
You mean you don't want to go for half an hour of fighting where nobody can hear us?
Exactly. I do not want
That's
that
I
again.
had two crickets in there.
Twice. It's happened twice. I know. Too many times.
I may be killed by my frogs. There were only 2 crickets in there.
Okay. So Kreetha, you are trying to get to sleep. And you're probably right at that sort of middle space between sleep and wakefulness when you hear Tim thrashing, and I mean thrashing, like not just kind of tossing and turning.
Where's my frog?
Oh yeah, let me put him on there too. Hold on.
Because
good point.
He was definitely, I was probably sleeping on top of him.
I'll put him right there, and we'll just assume that the cart's a little bit longer than it looks. And as Tim is thrashing, he looks at you, and his eyes kind of go from whatever color it was before to this kind of glowing red and back again. And he says, "Run, run, 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 run." And then the red, takes over entirely. And he begins to advance towards you looking very, very hungry, or perhaps very, very thirsty. Kreetha, it's up to you. What do? You are in a very, very small cart with a very, very angry whatever it is.
Whatever it is, yeah. Oh, that's a good dang question. So I guess I'm on top of Stinky, right?
Sure.
We were sleeping like that. Stinky is on pretty much the same initiative I'm at.
It's too loud. Not you, the music I was playing. Go ahead.
So maybe,
you can tell him to move.
Maybe he jumps up while I'm on him.
Uh-huh.
And we land, because I'm assuming we're still moving. So we land probably, I don't know how fast we're going, but like
not that fast.
Not very fast.
It's nighttime,
yeah, but
and
he's
I'm
also
still
kind of
trying to
jumping
stay alert.
away as well. So that's Stinky's action.
I'm gonna say that because he just turned, he does not get any sort of attack of opportunity on you as you back out.
Cool. So the first thing I'm
not a
going
Dhampir?
Not a
do-
Dhampir.
Who's to say?
Kreetha, what do you do? So
Hold on.
Stinky
Okay,
jumps.
give me a
Stinky
sec.
jumps back. All good.
All right. See, that won't work. Okay. Hold on. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to be. Okay, so I am going to cast Ensnaring Strike. So this is going to be casted on do I cast that before or after I because it's the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends.
So go ahead.
I cast that on him.
Go ahead. No, cast it on yourself. Go ahead and drag it onto yourself, and then the first time you hit, it'll deal the extra damage, or do the extra thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to restrain him and do a little bit of damage.
And because it's a bonus action, you can definitely attack. And okay, so I don't know what happened there. That looked like a saving throw to me.
It wasn't supposed to saving
Weird.
throw.
I think it's because it's that one might be a cast on him one.
It might be.
It says range self.
Self, yeah. No, that's weird. Okay,
Because
we're just gonna
cast on yourself, but Fantasy Ground is weird.
We're just gonna say it works. I'm sure there's a thing for it, but no problem.
Okay, well, Anyway, so I am going to.
I'll apply the grappled condition if you hit him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to.
You could have grabbed the effect section and not the separate actual casting portion.
Oh, I was afraid if I did that it would affect him immediately, and I haven't actually hit him yet. So I was worried about that.
It goes on you. The next time you hit, it will take effect.
Okay. All right. So I am going to pull out Durgadin.
I stand with you.
And I'm going to aim at Tim's leg or shoulder, whichever one's easier for me to hit from where I'm at.
Roll that beautiful attack footage.
Okay.
You hit.
Yeah. Fuck him up.
Now, my goal was to not do damage as much as possible.
I am willing to let you
Can I do like
forego the
-2
damage if you
or
want.
something?
That's fine.
Well, he's gonna get a little bit of damage, but because I hit him in the shoulder. But let me go ahead and like -5 that, maybe. -2 or -5. What would you think? I'm trying to do a non-lethal, restraining bolt.
Unfortunately, in 5e, ranged attacks cannot be made non-lethal unless you specifically prepare equipment to do so.
So just go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay. Sure. Okay, Matt, you need to come back up. Thank you, Matt. Okay, so.
Things to pick up next time in town.
Blunted arrows or bolts. Yeah.
Awesome. So that's
And now he should be restrained. Because it says the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, a writhing mass of 30 vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until the spell ends.
What is the DC
larger...
of the saving throw that I have to try?
11.
11? Okay.
Looking at the one that she accidentally rolled before.
He will successfully, so he'll take the damage, but he will successfully wrench his way free of the bindings as they wrap around him.
I believe he's still grappled, he's just not restrained.
Let me double check the actual spell itself.
What's the difference? Grappled means that I would hold him, and I'm not by him.
Without
means that
it says if the target succeeds on the saves, the vines shrivel away. So he is no longer restrained.
Yeah, there's nothing about the grappled condition actually isn't in the spell description.
So why did it apply to grappled to him?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
I was misinterpreting the spell. It's fine. So yes, he does take. However, oh no, Durgadin is magical. So at some point I'm gonna have to fix that on yours. So Durgadin sends a bolt directly into this creature, and it sears an open wound. However, when it gets back to its turn, it sort of stands up in the cart, pulls the arrow out, and the wound completely heals.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
And it's going to step forward, and it's going to attack Kreitha. It will absolutely hit her. Now, this is a little bit of a weird rule because this is an NPC. Rather than dealing damage, it will go ahead and just apply the grappled condition. So it grabs you. Normally, grappling is a contested roll, but this particular NPC can just do it. It's now going to attempt to bite you. It does not manage to bite you, so it picks you up.
I'm small and wiggly.
Picks you up off of Stinky and like hisses in your face and attempts to bite down on your clavicle, and you're able to like wiggle your way out of the way. It is Victoire and Lou, whichever order you want to go in.
Victoria's gonna go. She is going to she's gonna pull out her crossbow. She's gonna turn around. She's gonna like have a moment, but she has dark vision, so she's fine. She's going to hit a button on the side of the crossbow, and I'm going to take D4 point of damage. I guess Lou. Oh, it's Lou. I'm going first. Lou is just gonna sit there until he gets orders.
Totally.
I'm gonna take a point of damage, and then there's gonna be electricity that runs down the length of the crossbow shaft, and then I'm gonna pull that trigger, and it's gonna fire a bolt, like a spectral bolt with lightning chasing behind it.
Beautiful. Roll that attack. What even just happened?
Fuck 'em
I'm
up.
here to fight monsters.
No, you don't understand. That happened right as the music hit its end point. Like, the music ended, then M rolled the 20. It was amazing. Absolutely incredible. Roll that damage.
Oh shit! I don't know if it took it as a thingy.
I couldn't have planned it better.
Sorry, I have to roll it twice.
All
Take
good.
away 2 from that.
Okay.
So 21 total damage.
Yeah. All good.
And like there's the lightning goes, but like most magical lightning, it doesn't have a sound.
Yeah, it doesn't have that big clap of thunder afterwards.
There's no thunder. It's just lightning, which is honestly scarier.
Is Lou doing anything?
Lou is going to pull the harness off and is going to like come around on this side.
Go for it. Why is that?
And
Hold on. I'm just gonna open it up.
I can't make him attack. I'm just making him move.
Yeah,
because I used the bow.
I can. Oh, that's true. You used that. Okay, fair enough.
He's going to offer emotional support
Kreetha,
by doing this.
you are currently grappled by a horrible, what used to be Tim.
Okay.
The wound that that Victoire just left on it is already beginning to close up and heal.
So I'm held down.
You're
Can
you're
I-
grappled, yes. Your movement is
Grappled.
0.
My movement is 0. Can I
That said,
my
Stinky is
movement
there.
is 0. Component's voice. Can I hunter's mark this MF?
100% yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna hunter's mark you.
Put the
That's not-
put the effect on yourself, not on me.
Okay.
You're right,
why
but
did
put it on yourself. There you go.
Okay. And then can I yell to Durgadin, shoot this bitch?
You
Can
are.
Durgadin
Do
on
you
his own?
do you have a do you have crossbow expert?
Me? Yeah, I do.
Then
Expert?
yes.
That one?
It's a
Wait, no,
feat.
not expert. I have. Hold on. Yeah, I have crossbow expert.
Yeah. Then absolutely 100%. He will be ready to go. Make that attack because you have crossbow expert. It's not a disadvantage. Durgan is right behind you.
All right. I mean, that's what I'm good at.
I think I made the damage magical, so if you hit again, it should not cut it in half this time. Take that attack.
It didn't cut any of mine in half, right?
It did not that I could see, no.
Okay, good, because it's all magic.
Yeah. Type piercing magic. Yeah.
All right,
So
you
then-
hit.
Wait, hold on. Let me move that so I can see him. Okay. And this should have the extra hunter's mark stuff on
It should,
too.
yes. And there it is. It still says partial. No, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. I don't know what's going on, but I will go ahead and change that up. So yes, you put like you half remember something about a stake through the heart, but you just kind of miss with the crossbow. You strike true, but you go through like where the left lung would be rather than the heart.
Yeah.
Stinky has a turn.
Stinky has a turn.
Wait, point of order.
Go ahead.
What level is Kreetha?
Oh, Kreetha gets a second attack because you are level 6. Take that second attack.
Yeah, I do have a second attack. I forgot
Extra
about
attack
that.
kicks in at 5.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Yep. I've been playing that level 1 more than I've been playing Kreetha. So I've been trying to get back into Kreetha's head.
Listen, level 1 cleric is very good, okay?
I do like your level 1 cleric.
It's so good. I mean, she's just rolling through things. She's not turning into
Excellent. You managed to hit again. Roll that damage.
Bye, Tim.
Bye, Tim.
Oh!
Wait, why did it?
I'm still doing the thing.
The type isn't piercing, comma magic.
Piercing. It should say magic. Anyway, I'm gonna add those. Still alive. Technically.
Does Hunter's Mark only go on the first one?
Yeah. No, your Hunter's Mark will go on the second one too. You can roll. You have to put it on every time. Drop another D6 on it.
Yeah, drop that D6.
There's a 3 to go on him.
So he drops.
Another 23 damage. Yeah.
He drops. That said, it's Stinky's turn.
So he drops in front of Stinky.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Stinky's kind of mad. Stinky bites.
Awesome. Stinky, I'm gonna say, picks him up and begins like thrashing him around like a rag doll. The vampire begins to regenerate in Stinky's mouth.
Go
ahead. Yes?
This isn't a full vampire. If I'm reading the right sheet, he has to have a hit point left to do regen.
Is that so? Hold on. You might be right. I'm going to double check the sheet right now.
Yeah, they have to have at least 1 hit point on sheet if they can to be able to regenerate.
If it has at least 1 hit point, you're absolutely right. So, Stinky picks up the body, shakes it around, the back half flings off and like hits a tree. And like he tries to swallow the torso for a moment. But again, he has that kind of moment.
Nasty.
Then he brings his hand up and like flicks it out of his mouth.
I'm gonna go find the body and I'm gonna cut its head off.
You do so. Stinky was a little bit off. Yeah, Stinky cut it off at the spine, not at the neck.
We gotta like, and we always take bits of it apart.
You have to remove the bridge between the head and heart.
And then I'm going to go find that tarp that I let him sit on before. We're gonna wrap him up in that.
Mm-hmm.
So that when it's daylight, we can put it in the sun.
Kreetha is just sitting like on like just kind of frozen, just kind of really upset.
I'm gonna say my prayer to Saloon about it.
Depending on which traditions you're dealing with, you just saved his soul because he didn't manage to kill anybody before you killed him. So
very true.
Victor knows vampire how to do a kill, doesn't know shit else about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like vampire, not Victor's specialty.
I'm just saying, some people will be thankful for that.
I'm sure of it. Victor don't know that shit.
So
I'm gonna Victor's gonna come up on Kreetha after like doing the basic like let's fold him up, package him up nice and neat, so he doesn't drip blood all over my stuff. Tie him to the back of the cart, rehook up Lou, and she's just gonna like not tell Lou to move. It's just gonna like sit on the back of the car, and it like dips. Like it dips enough that it makes it blatantly obvious to the audience that Lou can't pull the cart with Victoire in it, which is why Victoire walks everywhere. Victoire is thick, so can't. And she's just gonna like pat the spot next to her for Creetha, and is just gonna be like, it's not gonna say anything. It's just one of those like, if you got, this is space for you to talk, but she doesn't know how to start that conversation.
What happened? He was just a traumatized farm boy. I don't get it.
Victoire is gonna have like a moment, goes, we didn't even check him for bites. Oh my god. I let him into my cart. I knew there was something.
But he didn't turn into the glitter.
I don't know a lot about vampires and their ways. I only know like a little bit. I am a monster hunter, but like
he knew
don't
that something was
usually
wrong. He told
vampires.
me to run. He told me to run. He wasn't.
I'm gonna
he
roll
wasn't one of
a
those
religion check,
creatures.
Rob.
It wasn't his fault.
It usually isn't.
Traumatized farm boys.
Oh, I don't have the advantage anymore. Can you take that off of me?
Yeah. Okay, that's off.
Maybe I do know stuff about vampires.
So really quick, I'm gonna
maybe it jogged it in your memory.
I mean, it's only a 19. If it was a 20, it might have been more information. I got a 19, y'all.
What was it specifically that you were looking for?
Just like I don't know what exactly was up with Tim.
Got it.
Because Creed is looking for answers, and Victoire is like, oh crap. I read a book once, like 15 years ago. I do have eidetic memory, but that
So
was 15 years
yes,
ago.
on the one hand, yes, you didn't check him for bites. On the other hand, why did it take so long to change? The best you can do, even with a 19, is you theorize that maybe the first touch of sunlight maybe activated something, or maybe it has something to do with the fact that it's coming up on a new moon, or maybe it's one of 1,000 other reasons why this particular person happened to transform at this particular moment. But the impetus was this guy was clearly bitten by a vampire spawn and lived to tell the tale, at least for a short time.
Yeah, so he might have been like this every night. He was locked away, and maybe in moments when he was during the day, maybe he locked himself away because he knew what he would become. You said he told you to run?
He told me to run. He knew that he was changing. I don't hurt people. I mean, I don't hurt people like that.
Sometimes it's not the monster's fault that they're a monster. But they're still a monster. And sometimes monsters can be saved, and sometimes they can only be stopped.
Do you think he could have been saved? Did I do wrong?
If the right people were here, he might have been able to be saved. Unfortunately, for him, we weren't the right people. We were just us.
Durgaden will speak in your mind as well, and he will say, he would have killed you or made you like him. It is not something he desired. He was a good man. But you did what you needed to do. And it is my honor, Arundel, to defend you.
Do you think the ones who ran away are like that too?
It could be.
We can't leave any of these. If they've been going up and down and destroying these small towns and villages, hurting just farm boys, we can't leave any of them. We can't.
Rob.
Yo.
With that 19, would I know if vampire spawn will attack vampire spawn? Like, if they're enraged like this, would they attack another one of their kind? Or is there some protection between the two?
Generally not. If they're enraged like this, they're probably going to attack something with blood. Like something with actual living pumping blood. I know that vampires have blood like that they've ingested, but like they're going to attack something living.
But he had living blood during the day.
He did at first, yes. Your professional opinion is that the transformation completed in the cart. Like,
okay,
at some point, someone's not
like
a vampire spawn, and then they are a vampire spawn, right? So
like because he was under the moon, I'm thinking.
That's a theory that could be correct, and I'm not going to say definitively one way or the other.
As a moon worshiper, is that a thing that I'm like thinking is more than just a possibility?
You know that it's a new moon, which is kind of the vampire's favorite time to be out.
Okay.
So it definitely could be that, yes. You can't be definitive, but it could be that, yes.
I'm going to like pat Kritha on the back to try to help her calm down. And then in about 5 to 10 minutes, Victoria's gonna look at Kritha and is gonna like get out of the car and unhook Lou, because Lou is standing there being like, let's go, I got this, I'm a robot. Is gonna go, I don't know if you can sleep, but will you keep watch while I sleep?
Yes. Yes, I will.
I'm gonna have Lou like also guard, because he don't need to sleep.
Does not need to sleep.
So he doesn't even need to like power down for a little bit, because so and then I'm gonna just like I'm gonna nap out in the cart, and like the body is gonna be in a tarp, and it's gonna be like right near my head the whole time.
I've got a tiny idea if Kritha wanted to roll perception for her watch. It's just a little thing.
Yeah.
Kritha, please do.
Well, I'd love to roll, but instead I'm just dragging my sheet around. It's going well.
It works.
A 13?
Not a fantastic.
No. So all you would perceive at some point, maybe an hour before the sun's rays start to hit the horizon as it rises, you hear distant wolf howling.
Oh.
That's it.
So
howls carry over miles. I'm sure it's nothing.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Sure.
So go ahead.
Would Lou have heard that?
Yes, I mean Lou's
his
awake.
passive is like 16, right? So yeah, probably.
Yeah, Lou is low-key a timber wolf. That howl's gonna then come from Lou.
A return howl.
Except it sounds like super auto-tuned.
No, the whining is like horrible grinding noises. Victor is very specific and made the howl actually sound like a howl. Because we have standards in this country.
You say horrible grinding noises, I hear Transformer, like Michael Bay noises.
It's like, when you put a car, like when you put a clock that's ringing under a car and kind of like run over it a couple of times, that's what the whine sounds like.
Oh my god.
So
it's like
I have a question. Does Lou understand wolves? Like does he speak animal?
Lou is a metallic being. I don't know if he does.
Probably
he knows the same
not.
languages that Victor knows. So that's up to Rob.
I mean, wolf howls carry a certain amount of emotion that can be read even by people, but it's not like it's a language that he can learn. So there's not going to be anything else going forward. Do we want to fast forward to going back to the town that these tracks are leading you to?
Yeah, we want to find the survivors and do a quick checkup on them. Are they all dead? Was there a vampire spawn here that decided to and then eat? We
Krisa is worried that there's still something back at the
If any of them have additional information, I'm going to force them to relive their horrible nightmare of life in order to get that information because I'm a shitbag. And I have no charisma.
Kretha is not going to stop her because now Kretha is worried that any one of them could accidentally horribly turn into a creature.
The town is a town called Altera. I know that Gail likes to take notes. Altera. Altera. It's a little bit deep within the woods. It's a pretty secluded place, but it is a full-on town. There are people who make their lives out in the woods, and it's good to have a meeting place every now and then. And as you approach this town, which is basically a glorified, very large clearing in the woods, you notice that the church to Tyr is pretty prominent in the center of it, and that otherwise everything else kind of radiates outward from that.
Okay.
I'm following Vic's lead.
Yeah. So if you make, I assume you make your way up and into the area, the town is populated, and it's, what time is it when you get there? I know we kind of wibbly wobbly this sometimes. What time would you like it to be when you get to town?
What time would we get there the fastest?
We'll say if you were marching all night, we'll say
No, we slept.
Oh, you slept, that's true. So we'll say late afternoon coming into evening.
I need my spell slots back. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's 100% fair. I did apply the long rest to you.
Thank you.
Did that long rest? I know you applied it to me.
No, I
didn't sleep. Does it still count?
You did sleep part of it.
Yes, you still get the long rest. You're fine.
You still took a long rest. You did no activity for those 8 hours.
So
I mean, if you had been resting and I had been walking, then I wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah.
So we'll say it's coming on evening, but it's the forest, so it's hard to tell exactly what time it is. The sun isn't always.
We get to a clearing, right?
Yeah.
There's a clearing. Is there a clearing before the village?
Yeah, it's not like right up to the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, we do
I
a
would
daylight.
argue.
Yeah.
I would argue that both of us are hunters. We definitely know what fucking time it is.
That's fair.
In the middle of the forest.
Yeah, to an extent. Like we know like morning. We don't know like 7:52 p.m. I'm gonna take a moment before we like hit like village proper to find like a clearing to like dust this.
To open the tarp
Yeah,
and
just
expose him to.
take the dust out of my tarp.
Totally.
And the blood.
Yep. No problem.
Look, now Tim is glitter. Jeff, can you do Tim glitter for me? Thank you.
There he go.
Oh no.
Don't breathe him in.
Oops. That happens for sure.
I feel like breathing in vampire dust would be considered an occupational disease.
I feel like at that
like
point it'd
asbestos.
actually be a drug. You get advantage on your death save within the next 12 minutes or something stupid like that. If you do a line of vampire dust.
This is the best impression of the glitter I can manage.
There we go.
Perfect. That's
nice.
Exactly.
Well done.
We'll head into the town and see if we can find. Are there like people or is it like, hey,
so
it's a ghost town?
No, this is it's kind of sleepy as towns go. They clearly don't get a lot of visitors, but there's an inn. Like there's a place to sit down and rest your weary legs and get a drink and a bed. Where do you go first?
I'm gonna go to the temple.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the temple and I'm gonna talk to the priest.
Absolutely. Sure. And in fact, it's fairly easy.
Before I do that, I'm gonna tell Kretha I'm going to the temple to talk to a priest. If she wants to come with, that's fine. If she wants to, give a quick look around, also cool. I don't want her to be like a full baby duckling.
Yeah,
Is there an inn
refer to it as a priestess.
Or like a pub?
Yes, there is absolutely an inn.
I will check the inn. I think it's best if we both look. This town is tiny, but it's not that small either.
There are two of you and you're splitting the party. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay, just making sure. There are two of you and you are splitting. Okay, just making sure. Let's start with M, who goes to the temple. It's not very difficult to find someone who's willing to talk to you. It turns out that the ladies of this temple, and they are predominantly ladies, don't have a heck of a lot to do. Gail, would you be so kind as to speak with M?
Yes, I think before Victoire even makes it into the little inside the little gates of the garden and a bit of a graveyard, around the temple, there's somebody running to go get the priestess, and come walking out of the temple in a very high collared kind of robe with a hat on is a rather, you could call her pale, human who walks right up to you and says, "My, we don't usually get outside visitors here. Oh, I am Priestess Inari. How may I help you?"
I'm on a bit of a mission with one of my compatriots. There were what we believe a number of vampire potentially attacks in about a day's ride to the west.
There's certainly been incidents around. Yes.
Double me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Double me.
It's fine.
There was a trail that we thought were either survivors or additional assailants heading in this direction. Actually, more or less directly to the front door of the town. As a priestess, I thought perhaps, you'd like to know, or perhaps had any information.
Yes, like I said, there's do come inside. There's been, and she like walks you into. It's not a big temple, but there's like a second story to it. There's graveyards around it. It's kind of the biggest structure in town.
Right.
There have been incidents on the outer homesteads and farms around, and judging from the direction that you walked into town, you've also, I believe, come from the direction of the plantation. Blang Hill?
Yeah.
There
Last
was an incident there 2.5 weeks ago now. Only a few stragglers made it to town, and, well, since then, that's really been the closest thing to our town proper that's happened. People have been seeking refuge here at the church, holy ground. We've had to move a few pews around to make room for bedrolls, but everyone's welcome to take shelter here at the night. And we haven't had an incident in the town proper yet, but there's been many lost.
We had a survivor with us. However, that survivor turned on the road here.
A survivor
of the attack.
Of the one on Blang Hill?
Yes.
How long ago?
How long ago did he turn?
Yes.
Or did we find him?
All of that.
It's been turned last night. We found him in the afternoon.
There was someone still at Blang Hill.
Yes. Barricaded in their pantry.
No one's gone back to check since the incident. Everyone was too afraid. But, oh, that poor man.
As you're speaking,
what does it smell like in here?
It smells very much like candles and incense.
Okay.
As
like
your
bodies.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, like as much as like the ladies.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Like humans.
It smells lived in.
You also, however, as you're speaking, like a pair of armed guards pass you in the hallway and sort of take up positions outside the main door.
It is getting on towards sunset, isn't it? It's going to be very crowded in here over the next hour as people move in for the night. So you met someone, a survivor, and were on your way here, and he turned. Is it just you?
My companion Kritha, is a goblin of the Chalton tribes, I think.
And she both of you made it safely to town, yes?
Yes, I am a professional monster hunter.
And like her face goes wide and like she looks very, very happy to hear that.
I specialize in werewolves over the undead, but it comes with the territory.
I would say it's very lucky that you two made it here. I'm not surprised. I was going to ask what you were doing at Blang Hill, but if you're a hunter, if you're someone who tracks these beasts, I have to go now and help organize the setting up of all the bedrolls and everything. But if you could meet me back here, out in the graveyards, in about an hour, just before sunset, I think I can send you in the right direction.
All right. Before you go, priestess, is there any specific person of note, particularly with oracular abilities in this town, with the first or last initial of J?
I'm not sure about any special abilities, but the captain of the guards, first name is James. He's if you head out that way, he should be setting out at the southern gates right now to help escort people in if you want to go talk to him.
I will go talk to him, and I will see you in about an hour. I will bring Kritha with me.
Thank you.
Excellent. So, sorry about that. My cat tried to pull down one of my lights.
Have you thought about not making the lights look fun to play with?
Well, I have now closed the door, and thankfully
Aw.
my sound gate makes it so you can't hear his pained meowing. So
Oh, baby.
he takes personal offense to closed doors.
You
And
are a terrible
are
monster
cats.
for daring to deprive him of your whatever joyful nirvana you are.
and obviously I've never fed him ever. So,
Not once.
you head over to where like people are being organized, and it's true that a bunch of folks are being sort of barricaded in the church. And the gentleman who is doing the barricading, Jeff, why don't you give me a quick description of
Quick
James,
thing.
the guard captain?
Quick
James
thing.
is a
Quick thing.
Kreetha wandered off. Is this for Kreetha or for me?
Oh, Kreetha, did you wander off?
Yeah, I went to
the
the
party, man. The entire
Oh, you went to
common.
the pub. Okay, so let's do the pub first.
Yeah,
What are you looking for while you're in there?
the survivors.
Okay.
So I'm going up. At first I'm going to take an initial look around the pub. I'm sure I'm weird. I'm a tiny goblin on top of a frog.
The frog is a little bit off-putting for some people.
I'm sure she does not care at this point. But she's going to take a look around. What does she see?
So it feels like there are maybe 5 or 6 people here that are like regulars, like they're here every night like clockwork. Nobody here strikes you as anybody who was just recently in a fight to the death. What are you trying to do to try to suss out more information?
I'm going to go up to the innkeeper.
Okay. You have to climb up on one of the bar stools to be able to see over the counter.
No, I'm on the back.
Oh,
of the
that's right. You're
frog.
on a frog. No, that's fine.
But so.
He
But
can-
I kind of get onto one of the bar stools and just kind of stand and kind of lean and barkeep.
Oh, yes. What can I get you, small madam?
Hi. I was actually coming into town to investigate an issue that I'm sure you've heard of. There was an attack, a vampire attack, on the farm about a day away, big farm.
Give me a persuasion check, and for God's sake, take disadvantage.
Big farm doesn't help, huh?
I love Kreetha so much, but she is very, very bad at talking to people. Wow. Okay. I mean, you dropped the 20.
I know.
You had to drop the 20, but still decent. He'll say, yes. Some boys came back after a bit of a tussle.
That's what I was here to check on. We had followed a survivor's trail, and we're trying to learn more information. Do you know where they are?
Oh, I imagine they're still well, hold on. It's been a couple of weeks. Give me a sec.
Awkward moment.
I imagine he looks at you and kind of like his eyebrow quirks a little bit, and he says, I imagine they've been through a very difficult time and want to be left alone about it.
I do understand, but we still have more to learn, and the situation, we believe, is ongoing. So it would be very, very helpful if I could speak to them.
He'll lean in close and he'll be
Smiles,
like,
Smiles, there's fangs, it's great.
Are you police?
I'm actually here with a friend who is a monster hunter. I am helping.
Oh, I see.
I love the. Are you a cop?
You have to tell me you're a cop or it's entrapment.
Or else it's illegal. Yes, it's entrapment otherwise.
I am most certainly not a cop. I'm in 3 gangs.
Right now.
Give me an insight check. So
not that fantastic.
Not that great. So you mention a monster hunter, and he immediately like, well, thank you for dropping in. I'm afraid I have to close the bar down now. If you would be so kind as to exit the premises. And you have absolutely no idea why.
But wait.
Even the regulars kind of like shuffle out. It's like, sorry, all done this evening. I have many ledgers to do tonight. And my wife has to wash her very luxurious hair. Please exit the premises.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We also have to water the dog and walk the fish.
And Stinky leave and follow some of the regulars. At least, do any of you know?
They very steadfastly ignore you.
Small town.
But the captain of the guard will approach, more or less at the same point, because of plot, that Victoire decides that she needs to find the captain of the guard.
I mean, the temple and the pub aren't really that far away.
Not terribly far apart. Jeff, go ahead and make your entrance and give me your description.
James, the guard captain, is the way I put it is a suspiciously well-fed man. He is a very corpulent man, not not obese, nothing like that, but he's a very tall, very broad person, a man whose body type can be adequately described as a Coke can brought to 6 feet high.
A barrel of a man, I love it.
Just a barrel of a man. On top of that, he is wearing a breastplate and some basic armor that is just doing its best to hold on to him. It was definitely meant for a large man, but a large man about 10 years and 80 pounds ago. He clearly, you can tell that he's definitely the guard captain. He definitely has the most impressive hat of all of the guards. He will smile in that that car salesman "I am not your friend" smile at Kritha. Well, hello.
Hello. Perhaps you can help me.
Yes, I probably can.
I am looking for the survivors from the big farm, the vampire attack.
You're talking over the troubles we've been having out on our borders.
Most certainly, yes. We are here to help. In fact, we are here to help as she spots Victoire.
And Victoire is just behind him.
Yeah.
Look at Victoire and just sort of
he's gonna turn around and just see this part right
how
here.
How tall is Victoire?
6'6".
So Victoire is doesn't encounter many people that can meet Victoire at eye level.
Yeah, this guy can't do that either.
Is he wearing heeled boots?
I want to know. I need to know.
This guy probably from the shape of his body, he probably could have at one point in his life, but his neck is doing that hyper stooped thing. Just a guy who's this is a guy who for the last several years has been enjoying the lazy and powerful nature of his position a little too much.
And Victoire is built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, this guy has just built like a shit house. So
yep.
And so he tries to puff up his chest like he does, but obviously you're going to enjoy timing how long he can hold this. He'll very importantly point at a few people and gesture them at the church, and they immediately begin moving.
She's at least as wide as he is.
Yes, but your width is at the shoulder, and his is in the midsection.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, she's not she's not an hourglass shape either. Okay.
This is James is definitely well built. He is clearly meant for this position, but he has that very casual kind of power. This is a guy who just was born into this body type and just kind of has that strength that goes with it. he's built like a not like a but he's built like a heavy lifter, not like a fighter, not like a warrior. This is a guy who just has a body type that's naturally suited towards this kind of strength. So he points at people and they gesture along. The guards are they are intuiting his commands and are ushering people along. And he's like saying, "We need to get people indoors because it's almost nighttime. I apologize."
Indoors. So are you thinking that they're going to attack here?
We have been having some difficulties. They haven't dared to attack us on our holy ground. They are still repelled by the might of our Lord Protector. And he'll clutch at a medallion to Tyr.
Well, the just God is like that. Victor is going to just tuck the paper that she was gonna ask him about back in because she's pretty sure now. Just gonna tuck it back in. And she's gonna go for Kritha, she is going to be feminine for a moment here. It doesn't go over well.
Well, I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm just trying to move everyone into safety.
Okay. Well, I am not going to go into safety.
I would caution
Instead,
against
I'm
that.
here to help you with this monster problem, as that is what I do.
And I'm here to help her.
My assistant, right now. It did seem like you were kind of menacing her. Is that normal?
I was not intentionally. No, it's often a byproduct of my personality.
He wasn't menacing me. He's not even remotely orc-like. He tries, but it's not working.
No, I'm nothing like it. What are you talking about? I'm nothing like an orc. He'll proceed to pick his nose and bat his hair.
Excellent.
Did you find anything?
This guy almost makes you believe in reincarnation, at least for orcs and human bodies.
I believe in
reincarnation. Did you find anything at the temple, Vic?
The priestess said that she might be able to help us. We're gonna have a conversation later. It's about an hour, but we are supposed to talk to you first.
I can answer any. I am the one that talks to various travelers and outsiders that come through our village too.
Excellent. We're looking for the survivors of the plantation attack a couple of weeks ago.
I won't have you accosting the people who have gone through a terrible.
We are not accosting. We are asking questions. We are trying to help you. Why do we look like we're accosting?
Because you are asking to see people who have been through a terrible ordeal.
Yes,
I'm gonna look at Kritha real quick. I'm like, did you ask to see them or did you ask if they were here?
I asked to see them, but the innkeeper just kind of shut up shop and kicked us out.
Of course he would. People believe that when you speak of danger, danger falls upon him.
Captain James, right? Captain James, is that your surname?
My first name is James.
What's your surname?
Let me think of a
Give it a sec.
I was like, my name is James Bonewolf.
How unpleasant. No. How unpleasant for you. Well, Captain Bonewolf, are the survivors here, or did they just move through? Yes or no questions.
The survivors are here.
Excellent.
But for their own sanity and their own health, we make sure that they are appropriately protected.
That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna look at Kritha. They're gonna probably be in the temple with everybody else. We'll see if we can talk to them tomorrow. Mostly, we're worried if any of them are going to turn tonight or tomorrow.
We're not even paying any attention to James.
James is
anymore.
clearly not a
James
man
is
who
not
takes
hearing
kindly
you.
to being ignored, and like he's clutching his pole arm just a little.
He turns
tightly now.
red.
Like after I
Aretha
hear that,
puts her hand out like this. That's what he sees, this tiny little green hand.
It's this little hand that's like barely in his field of view, but
yeah. And then there's just gonna
I'm
be a
not
moment.
smug. It's not that bad.
There's gonna be a moment where Victoria is gonna be talking with Creetha, and she's gonna be like, "Is there something I can help you with, Captain Bone Wolf?"
either get in the temple now, or we will close the gates behind you.
That's
Yes,
fine.
you must.
May the
The
And we
graveyard.
go back to talking.
if you are not inside of the temple by the time the doors close, Tyr help you.
The graveyard you were asked to meet her in is inside of the gates. It's on the
Inside,
holy
we're
ground.
I'm assuming we're still inside of the temple area.
It's
They are the gates.
yes.
Like you're in like they're talking to James like the village square because he's like trying to like coordinate and marshal people toward and funnel them into the temple.
How high are the gates?
We'll say about, I don't know, 10, 12 feet.
Yeah, so Stinky
it's
jumps
an iron
over the gates and then jumps back.
It's this iron wrought fence, so
It's fine.
Yeah, jumps over the fence and then comes back.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
wrought iron.
No, we'll go inside, but like if he's gonna be like this, then he can be like this. But we have another hour before our meeting. I'm just wanting to see what your town's defenses actually look like. Now,
We
while I
stand
trust,
behind our holy protection of our noble god.
while I trust that you have divine protection, I'm not gonna say anything bad about that because I can't. What are your physical barriers?
We have 10 stout and powerful young men who are willing to put their lives on the line to protect the people of this village. And
Are they
there's, like,
willing to also die completely and then be cut into pieces so that they are not raised?
our
That's about
God
those
protects
things.
them as long as they stay upon the holy ground, and we will protect everyone who lives here with our lives.
Okay, so it's like a bow thing. You do ranged weaponry.
For the last several weeks, we have been accosted not by the spawn bits that have been tormenting our barriers. Instead, we have been harried by wolves and bats and other harridan monsters.
Excellent. Fantastic. That I can get behind. Awesome. Where do they normally come from? I'm going to start smelling the area. I'm just going to take like a just deep, like a finally something I understand.
They come when the mists arrive.
Excellent.
Mists.
Rob, do I have any type of information on that type of a thing?
Give me
By
a
Saloon's Grace.
religion check, I think, is a good one.
Religion? I can do religion. I also got like Arcana and shit too.
Arcana is also appropriate.
I will take an Arcana check then. Nope, wrong one. Yeep-a-doop. That's fair.
Ever since we have instituted our protection policies, we have not had one casualty.
They can change in a moment's notice, sir. I'm just gonna walk away from it.
I'm gonna follow Creep. I'm gonna follow,
He'll mutter something under his breath.
So
I hope it's something adventure, something.
As
probably some sort of slur that I'm not going to say anything akin to on the stream.
So now
But
I'm kind of coming.
This guy is
the
absolutely
side.
the sort of ignorant yokel redneck that would absolutely say a slur.
I'm sure. So now, Creeth is coming up the side. So now there's wolves? I mean,
there's a possibility that don't know about like mist wolves. That's not a thing that I know of, but cool. Good things to learn.
I did hear wolves during the night.
Yeah, I heard Lou and probably answering something, whatever you heard. I was weirdest alarm that I had recently, but okay.
So what's this meeting up with the priestess? When are we doing that?
We're going to do that in an hour. Hey, Rob, do you want to end this here and we'll go and do that next time that we can?
I think the meeting and what it's leading to should happen this session.
I agree with Gail.
Especially since I will not be here next session.
Well, I wasn't expecting. I have to open in the morning.
You do have to open in the morning. Do we want to pause?
It won't put us past 9:30.
It'll be quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So time rolls by. You did a quick loop of the town.
Do a loop of the town. We'll jump the fence if we need to. If he locked us out.
Yeah.
It's more like there are guards. There's a gate. There's like a simple wooden beam that holds the gate closed from the inside, and two guys who stand relatively near it.
Yeah, I have a big ass axe.
Yeah, they will. They're like, we were told we were not supposed to let you in. We're not to open the gate for any soul. That it was not wise.
Preeta jumps over.
They're reciting like a clearly
Easy
rehearsed
peasy.
speech
Well,
about.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
climb it and just fall in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't
hard.
open it. You gotta open.
One goes, "Can they do that?" There was, we didn't open the gate, so.
Look at me. I'm standing on holy ground and it's not hurting me.
Well, that means that Tyr likes you, so you're good.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yes.
Saloon, bless you.
Waving you over from the.
I don't know. Sounds like an elf thing.
Waving you over from the graveyard is Priestess Inari, and standing next to her is Captain James, and she smiles at you and nods at your companion riding a frog and goes, "Oh, well."
Oh, I forgot to talk about the frog. My bad.
I guess monster hunting takes all types. So there is a bit of a delicate nature I want to direct your attention at. And she begins walking towards kind of like this back corner along the wall of the temple.
Okay.
So one of the survivors from the Blang Hill attack came to us and stayed in town. The other 2 or 3 that made it here continued back onwards to their farmsteads. But this man, he was feeling so under the weather. He had this vicious wound down the side of his arm. And so, of course, we kept him here. We've treated his wounds. They don't seem... He's not bleeding out. And he doesn't seem to have any illness that I can cure. But he has remained ill and under the weather. And honestly... he seems to not be in his right mind some of the time. So we've been keeping him separated from everyone else. And she stops by this wooden chained cellar door on the side of the temple.
Yeah.
He's been down here.
I want to breathe in. Do I smell anything specific?
Go ahead. Actually, let me think. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's a cellar door, so you get a lot of root smells. I do see that. I see what you just did there. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say that there is a very, very faint whiff of like blood down there.
Okay. Is it just blood?
Yes.
He's been very ill, and I would love to have a professional take a look at him and maybe tell me. I mean, he doesn't... I can't... Maybe it's because we've been keeping him on holy ground, but it doesn't look like any sort of full vampire transformation. At least it hasn't been.
No, I'd like to wait. And she pulls out her fucking crossbow.
And
I like secretly behind my back high five Creed.
Nice.
Yes, we're
will bend and start undoing the big padlock on the chains on this door. It's like he's in a further room inside that is also locked.
Inari, feel free to lock us in.
Are you sure?
Just in case.
It's better
until sunrise?
Yeah. I'm gonna have Lou also come with us.
Stinky's in here. We're all in here.
She takes out her key ring and she takes off one of the keys and hands it. This is for the lock to the further room. I just
before I touch it, what is it made out of?
It's a nice iron, cast iron key.
Just grab that. That'd be excellent. Thank you very much. Rob, did it smell like wolf?
No.
Okay. Just blood?
Just blood.
And like human waste?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. I wish you all of Tyr's fierceness in battle, if that's what it comes to. But hopefully you have answers for us in the morning and we can maybe save a soul.
And may Saloon bless you, priestess.
And with that, friends.
And you guys walk in and she locks it behind you.
Locks the door behind you. We're going to go ahead and move back into chat.